Welcome to the Purdue Boilermakers on Sports Report Radio on the phone. Here's the guy, I call him a living legend at Mackey Arena at Purdue. A lot of people refer to him as the king of Mackey. I mean, obviously, Scott Van Pelt with ESPN, the king of Mackey. Tommy Luce, welcome to Sports Report Radio.
Hey, thanks for having me on, man.
Tommy, what's it like for you? You spent your 4 years at Purdue, walking on the court there at Mackey, showing up before the games, working hard. What is it like for you to see those fans just go crazy no matter what you do?
Oh, I really appreciate it. You know, we got great fans, and they've always given me all kinds of love every time I've gotten on the court, and I really appreciate it. They make Mackey Arena a really fun place to play.
You know, they've called you gritty, they've called you tough, stat sheet stuffer. What is it like? I mean, what's it like to start off as a walk-on, but then get a scholarship at a premier university in the country like Purdue University?
Oh, it meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to my family too, because you know that helped with a lot of expenses just for tuition and stuff. That you know helped out my family a ton, and you know to be able to get recognized like that and earn a scholarship. It made me feel really good because I worked hard my whole time at Purdue, and to have Coach Paint and his staff recognize me and give me the scholarship, it meant a lot to me.
Hey, Tommy, you grew up in a basketball family with your dad being a coach. What do you want to do moving forward? I know I've read a number of things and heard you talk about it previously about being a coach. Is that something that's still in your career, that you want to be a coach moving forward, or maybe something else?
Yeah, I definitely would like to stay around basketball if I could. But, you know, with everything going on, there's a lot of uncertainty. So it's kind of tough to see the future right now. But it's definitely something I'm interested in. But if I was not to stay around basketball, I would probably end up doing something with my degree that I'm getting ready to get here. And it's in organizational leadership. And but I'd love to be around basketball. That's been my goal since I've got to Purdue, is to stick around it and maybe coach or something. So yeah, I'd like to do that if I could.
Let's talk about academics a little bit. Purdue, arguably one of the top schools in the whole country now. Things have, not that Purdue wasn't before with engineering, but it seems like Purdue, every time it's mentioned with the top schools. What's it mean for you to be a graduate of Purdue University?
You know, it's a real honor to be able to be a graduate from Purdue here soon, because it's such a prestigious university, and you know it's got a great reputation, and to be able to say that I'll be a part of that and get a degree from there it means a lot to me. It's a big deal. So I'm glad that I was able to spend my 4 years at Purdue and get a degree from such a great school.
Hey, Tommy, in high school, I saw that you were in Richmond, then went down to Southern Indiana when your dad took the job down there. What kind of drew you to Purdue versus another school? Was it a family connection up there, or was it the academics, or you just knew that you were a perfect fit for Purdue, or that's where you wanted to be?
Well, I've always been a huge fan of Purdue, just Purdue basketball, and I have a lot of family ties. I've had a lot of family that's gone to school there, but I've always been a huge fan of the basketball team, and that's in large part to Coach Painter, because he's a family friend, and ever since I was little, I would watch games. I used to go to the camps growing up, like the little overnight camps that that the team has every summer, and you know, I've just been a huge fan, and to get the chance to not only be a part of the team but go to school there has been like a dream come true.
Hey, Tom, we talked to Carson Barrett the other day, who's going to be a preferred walk-on, who grew up around the program with his dad playing with Coach Painter, you know, back in the day and from there. But he talked about you as an idol of his, and also Grady as walk-ons there. What does that mean to you, that you've been able to affect others behind you, that they'll remember you, and you've kind of, you know, led them down a path, maybe a similar path as you? How exciting is that for you, that people actually look up to you for what you've done?
Oh, that's really cool. I mean, I know Carson because you know he's talked to Coach Paint for a while now about the opportunity to walk on, and I mean he's a talented player and a good guy. So I know that they're getting a good walk on him. But to be able to be viewed like that means a lot, because I thought the same thing of like other players when I was getting here, when I was just going to be a freshman. Like I looked up to those guys, and to have someone look up to me, it means a lot.
Hey, tell me, what's it like to go to college and be a preferred walk-on, to be a guy walking on there? Do you just have to go in there and just work so hard in the beginning? Or, I mean, what's the system there, essentially? Are there a lot of people that come in and some just don't make it? Or how does it work as a walk-on in college basketball?
I think there's a couple different routes, but for me, I got lucky and I was preferred. So I didn't have to do the tryout. I know that the coaches always host a tryout one day or a couple days before the season starts to see if any of like the Purdue students are able to make a name for themselves, and if the coaches are interested in asking them to walk on. I think that's happened one time with John McKeeman, but that's like a rare thing to happen. Most of the time it's a preferred walk on spot, but being able to, or getting that chance to be a walk-on it's tough. You got to come in every day knowing that you might not have the same opportunity to get playing time, but you got to work just as hard because you want to help the team win games. A big part of why teams are so good is because they have those guys working behind the scenes, trying to get the guys that are playing ready, prepared for big games.
Hey, Tommy, one final question. Let's talk about the fans. Let's talk about the paint crew and just how they're just on top of you right there. And I mean, what a hard place it is to play at Mackey for the opponents. What is it like to see those fans that are just there, not just for you, but Purdue in general, with all the fans that are right there cheering on Purdue? Whether it's good, bad, ugly, winning, not winning, they're just always there. So how important are those fans to Purdue basketball?
Oh, really important. We've got the great fans, Mackey, I think Mackey Arena is probably has to be one of the toughest places to play in the entire country. I mean, the fans make it so intimidating. They get into it, they never stop cheering the whole game, which is awesome, even to the parts where I get in. So, I think that's so cool that we have such a great fan base, and the tradition of Purdue basketball is just so special, and to be able to be a part of that was really cool. And we just have the best fans out there.
Hey, Tommy, I appreciate you taking about 10 minutes here to talk to us on the Purdue Boilermakers on Sports Report Radio. But, I wish you the best in your career. Hopefully we can follow you going on, and we plan on talking to you to let you know where you are, because there's going to be a lot of fans out there that want to follow Tommy Luce, because you were such a classy guy on the court, off the court, and we look forward to following you in your professional career as you move forward. But thanks, Tommy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on.